show is up. We are for Utah progressives all the way from Cache County down to Washington County. We are your program. If you love President Obama and if you think Ronald Reagan was, well, let's just say, no, we're not saying anything. I got letters last time I said something about Ronald Reagan. Let's just say he was president. But if you love Barack Obama, become part of our family here at Up Utah Progressives. Join us every single Sunday morning. And also, get over to the website and sign up. We actually have you need to be a member to watch, frankly. Right now, though, we are going to follow up on what you saw with Zachary talking to the high school students. You may or may not know that the governor defunded Planned Parenthood. Let's go back and talk about what does that mean. The governors of Utah have been passing through federal dollars to Utahns for Planned Parenthood since Scott Matheson in the 70s. Am I right?
Right. Yes.
Were you surprised? Did the governor call you and say, by the way, I'm cutting your funding on contracts we've already signed? How did you guys find out?
I found out from a state legislator's post on Facebook. So we were not notified of this. I think it was done after hours on a Friday, and not many people knew it was going to happen from what I can tell.
A real courageous act, at least.
Yeah.
But what more do you want? I mean, what's more official than a legislator's Facebook, right? I mean,
I considered it real.
It's all there. And is there any question in your mind? This defunding happened as a surprise on a Friday before the Republican State Convention on Saturday morning. What do you suppose was behind the cut?
Well, we really see this as playing politics with women's lives, and so I think that's what's behind the cut, Jim. We were surprised. We were disappointed, all the things you would imagine. What was cut was 2 contracts to provide education programs and 2 contracts that help us do STI testing and treatment for Utahns. These are federal funds that pass through the state of Utah, as you mentioned, and help us provide essential services, preventative services to people in our state.
All this money is going for abortion, and that's why the governor cut it.
Well, exactly, but no, it's not. I mean, this is prevention, and
none of that money. You're guaranteed, you're absolutely certain, there is no way to misunderstand that. None of this money that was defunded had anything to do with abortion.
Correct. These are contracts which Planned Parenthood Association of Utah competed for and won because we were the best applicant for that particular program, and we were implementing those grants and fulfilling those contracts.
What does this mean in the lives of a lot of poor Utah women?
Well, with the STI, currently, I guess I should say, currently what it means is business as usual. And I think that's a really important message to get out. We have decided, as Planned Parenthood Association of Utah locally, that we could take the governor's directive sitting down, or we could take it standing up. And the board decided to take it standing up. So what that means is that we hired an attorney and we pursued a lawsuit against the governor. And at this point, we have a temporary restraining order. That means that these contracts are funded through the end of the calendar year.
I mean, to say how outrageous this is, it wasn't just ending the federal money for Utah, but it was in the middle of a contract, a valid legal contract that the state of Utah had with Planned Parenthood of Utah. And the governor just said, I don't care what the contract says, I have the power, I'm going to sign this paper and end the contract because he saw some wacky video.
Correct.
What happens internally?
Well, strategizing, right? So we have to say, how are we going to react to this? What is the guidance we have from our local leadership? And we, crafted a strategy and tried to be as nimble as possible and respond to something that was completely unexpected in a way that would engage our constituency and let the public know. Something important to clarify is these contracts affected our education programs and our STI testing and treatment. They don't affect our contraceptive services. So there are other federal
What
funds.
are education? What do you mean it cuts education?
Yeah, so let me tell you a little bit about education. I'm the education director at Planned Parenthood, Utah. And so that program is one of many programs we have to give teens the skills, the knowledge, the power to have healthy lives. And so you saw our peer health education program. Those 3 young women contribute over 60 hours a year. You know, they're passionate, they lobby at the state capitol, they teach their peers in the community. That's one of our education programs.
Annabel, you're terrific. Planned Parenthood is terrific. Annabel Sheinberg with the Education Director of Planned Parenthood. We'll be right back with a roundtable. Stay with us. Up needs your help. I frankly have done something